the BCFCA for letting us have this opportunity to work with you and present our program. Also, we're very proud to partner with Vibra throughout Western Canada. And so we have some of our team members here with Vibra on the sessions today. So congratulations on your first successful virtual seminars. So I'd like to I can begin. Are we ready to share my screen?
Please go ahead.
Thank you. I just wanted to confirm everybody can see the full screen of the first page of the present. Okay, great. Thank you. I always confirm just in case of any issues. Again, my name is Stephen Weisenberg. I'm the General Manager of Regupol America West. What we're going to speak about today is a little bit of history on Regupol and how we've come to manufacture our recycled rubber, foam, and cork underlayment products. A little bit of general issues that come up with impact and vibration, the technologies behind mitigating that, and like the title mentioned, demystifying acoustics and flooring. So I will, let's begin. When you say you're working with the inventor of these types of products, Regupol did invent these types of underlayment products, rebonding and recycling rubber in the form of tires, truck tires, automobile tires, airline tires. We have over 65 years of success, and I'll go through this pretty quickly because we want to get to the meat of the presentation. But in 1954, our company was founded in Germany. The invention of recycled gummy polymer, which was recycling rubber and foam into usable products, mainly in the flooring and furniture industries. We developed the sound insulation products, the underlayments that you see here that have been developed and improved upon over the last 50 to 60 years. Our first sports products were used in the Olympic Games in Munich, our running tracks. We continued vibration development in through the 80s. We had a joint venture with Dodge Cork Company, which introduced our North American divisions. Regufoam, which is another recycled foam product. And then we became Regupol America in 2008. And then our new global rebranding. We have 11 locations worldwide. Our North American manufacturing facility is in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I think one of the most important items for us is that we manufacture 100 million square feet of product each year, which includes 90,000 tons, over 180 million pounds of recycled materials in the form of rubbers, foams, and reclaimed corks. One fun marketing piece of information is that Usain Bolt broke his world record in both 100 and 200 meters on a Regupol track, and therefore has become a marketing ambassador for us. Sustainable manufacturing, how we manufacture our product. Again, we have developed a system by cleaning rubber, recycling the tires, removing all of the foam and fiber out, and then what you see in that pile in that picture is clean rubber that we can begin to manufacture our products with. We are a processor as well as a manufacturer, so it's a closed loop source. Circularity, which is a sustainable term for manufacturing, and we'll go through that. HPDs, we have all of our health product declarations, life cycle assessments, environmental product declarations. Our products are Green Circle certified, which is third-party auditing to make certain of our manufacturing, energy efficiency and manufacturing efficiencies, and our recycled products. And this is what our manufacturing process looks like. We process our raw material, product development, manufacturing, Then we go to sales with our sales partners, installation and application, and then recycling and reclamation. Because all of the waste that we have in our manufacturing, the off-fall and our trim is recycled back into products. So from our manufacturing stream, we are a net zero waste facility. Now, these are our different product categories, and we're going to focus on acoustics today, our underlayments. But we also have sports and fitness flooring, our running tracks, commercial flooring, and load securement. If you have any questions on any of these products, you can contact your Vibrasonic representative. You can contact me, and we can work with you on any questions or projects that you have. We are going to focus on multifamily residences, and one of the interesting technologies that we've developed is we've developed entire building foundation isolation, machine isolation from cooling systems, from even washers and dryers in separate homes, in multifamily and high rises. And that's where we're going to focus today, is how do we isolate impact vibration from floors in multifamily residences. And then we have our high performance floating floors. Danielle from partner over at the Vibrasonic had mentioned to me there's been some great interest, so we can get into some discussion on our floating floors also. And then our sports and fitness products. Multifamily applications. Again, these are key in hotels, student living, single family residences, as well as multi-story multifamily. And just to show you how sound travels or what measurements are, this is a chart and a definition of sound. And this is where I think the basis of sound reduction, or the need for sound reduction, comes to be. You have sound, which is a form of energy, and it travels through the air or vibration, and it can be heard when it reaches our ear. Noise is a sound, but it's an unwanted sound. So one person's pleasant sound is another person's noise or unwanted sound. They may live next to us, they may live above us, they may live below us. So the movie we're watching, or the music we're listening to, or the conversations we have, they may not want to be a part of. So I see that as a basis of the basics of sound reduction and the needs for it. But you have these frequencies, and you can see that in a general office space, 50 decibels and everything shaded in green would be normal noise levels. But there's always room to improve, and that's where the underlayment underfloor for vibration isolation comes in. You also have exterior noises such as airplanes, living near an airport, living near a transportation center, a busy residential road, or a main route where trucks are traveling. Now you have three types of sound. You have flanking noise, which combines structure-borne and airborne sound. Then you have airborne sound, which are our voices, could be a dog barking, music, television. And then structure-borne, which is where we'll focus, is impact. Impact vibration could be from footfall, could be from a dance studio. The vibration could be from pipes, where sound moves up and down along pipes. It could be move up along an elevator corridor. It could be, again, a washer and dryer system. It could be a cooling system in each home or in the main structure. The challenge of flanking noises is if there are no sound reduction techniques or technologies used, these noises can flank, these vibrations can flank throughout a building. So with airborne sound, again, it can travel through walls, floors, ceilings, even ductwork through pipes. And what we want to make sure, again, with this airborne sound, or often STC is the rating that ASTM will have as a rating, that STC is more of a floor to a wall vibration. So we want to reduce that vibration from our impact on the floor to the wall. Now with structure-borne, that is impact. That's what and we're going to go into details on the IIC and STC ratings. That's what IIC impact installation class is developed. That's for our, again, footfall. We talked about HVAC or plumbing or elevators, a fitness studio, a multifamily or multi-story building may have a fitness studio, but it could be on the 5th or 6th floor. And then there are living spaces down below. So there's challenges, or then our challenges to how do we reduce that vibration. In addition, you can see where the vibrations can actually attach itself, like bolts and screws can act like magnets, and it can move through the structure, to move through the framing of the building. Now, again, flanking noise is a combination of what the airborne sound and vibration impact sound are. And again, without any type of remediation, with any type of absorption or redirection, that technology will be difficult to mitigate once it starts moving through the building to find the source, because you can move from one end of the building to the other with these vibrations. Now, in sound transmittal class, again, these are numerical ratings. The higher the rating, the better the sound reduction. So the higher the number, the better the rating. Now, oftentimes we're asked to produce field results, a build out. We produce a build out of a unit, and it's at the job site. So the project owner, the contractor can get an indication, get the most accurate indication of how that building will perform with the material specified in the flooring system installed. Now with impact again, with vibrations, you have 3 different classes. You have your lab setting, IIC, your field setting, apparent or field IIC, and then you have a delta. Oftentimes now we're seeing more and more concrete slabs, concrete subfloors, 6 or 8 inches, that don't have ceiling assemblies below. So then the ratings can be determined by that. But a delta, which is the difference or improvement of what a designed floor system will produce when you're using a concrete slab subfloor that does not have a drop ceiling. And we're going to go through and look at some diagrams. That delta number can be just as important as the impact or IIC number, the delta IIC, because depending on the ratings or how the system is designed from the architect or the acoustic engineer, there may need to be some evaluation on how to improve or look at the types of ratings that the performance from this system, because a delta of 20 and above, as you can see in this example, shows a delta of 30, but a delta of 20 and above is showing high performance in that system. So for example, if an IIC rating or performance requirement is 55 and the delta is 30, but the overall performance tested is a 52. There are other elements that can be looked at from the acoustical engineer standpoint. But then if it's not in the budget, then maybe the ratings may need to be adjusted, or it may need to be adjusted or looked at by proving results in the data by maximizing this performance of the system. Now with that International Building Code sets forth 50 STC and 50 IIC as a minimum requirement when materials are tested with assemblies and flooring in a lab setting. So it's an acoustic lab setting. 45, again, apparent STC or apparent IIC when performed at a site setting or a job site. So because it's not as controlled an environment, they take those factors into the calculation. So that's why the ratings are not as high. Now, again, you have your minimum building code, your recommended, or what is the majority of the requirements. And you may see requirements differ depending on the type of project depending on the type of materials that will be used and the floor ceiling assembly, if there are drop floor ceilings. And we're going to see how that can improve performance. Now here we have an example of a 10mm rubber underlayment, recycled rubber underlayment. So we have a Regupol Sonus HS1000 with engineered wood flooring. We have a 6-inch concrete slab that is incorporating a drop ceiling. The STC on this rating is a 66 and a 67. That's far above the IBC minimum. It's far above what the IBC recommended or even preferred is, up in the 60 range. Now, if we take away that ceiling and the system is just the concrete slab without any drop ceiling, we can see where the STC and IIC drop 20%. Those are still good ratings. The delta on this would be somewhere between a 20 and a 22, which shows that it's performing well. It's just you can see where there's isolation and insulation for absorption and additional diversion of where those vibrations will go. And the decoupling from, in addition to the decoupling from the underlayment, can show higher results. Now you can see the same with the ceramic tile. You can see how the ratings are different. Now, again, we're using 10mm rubber underlayment. 10mm rubber underlayment, recycled rubber underlayment from Regupol. We can see that that is also approved for ceramic, stone, and tile. And you can see that the difference, well, again, it's approximately a 20% difference. But again, that STC and IIC rating with no concrete ceiling is a good performance based on what's in place. Now, with our products, the highlighted items is where we'll focus. We have our Sonus HS, which is considered hard surface. Sonus Wave, which is a dimpled product. That is manufactured for under lightweight, self-leveling, and standard weight concrete. Sonus LV, manufactured specifically for luxury vinyl and carpet tiles. And our True Bond adhesive, we have 3 types of adhesive. Our True Bond adhesive is used strictly to glue the underlayment to the different types of subfloors, concrete or wood subfloors. Wood Bond is if you're gluing wood flooring to the underlayment, then you would use Wood Bond to glue the underlayment to the subfloor. And True Set is a hard set luxury vinyl adhesive that can be used when gluing down Sonus LV and luxury vinyl flooring. So these are our 3 types. You can see the types of products. There are some crossover. You can see carpet and carpet tile can be used with Regupol HS, Sonus LV. And with a Sonus Wave, once a concrete topping is applied over, a lightweight concrete topping, usually between 1 and 2 inches. For standard weight, it can be 3 and 4 inches. Then the variation of floors used, because you have minimal to zero deflection on the Sonus Wave after that type of installation, you can install any type of flooring over that. Now here's a look at some different types of designs, and you can see the different types of sizes of the recycled granules in our products. With rubber underlayment, the Sonus retains its shape, 99% of its initial thickness. So compared to some of the other products in the market, which provide very good ratings, our shape is retained. We will not reduce our shape or wear down on high traffic areas for high point loads, and the underlayment will in fact last at least as long as the floor. Again, these are recyclable at end of use. On certain projects on construction sites, we have set up reclamation bins depending on the sustainability requirements of the construction site for that material to be returned and reused and recycled. And then again, we have underlined here that our products provide the dynamic stiffness required for sound isolation, in addition to the deflection, where certain floated floors such as WPC and SPC can be installed over, and there's no worries about the seams splitting. On average, the thickness of our Sonus HS hard surface products range from 2 millimeter to 12 millimeter. We can produce up to a 15 and 20 millimeter product. The most common sizes are 5 millimeter, 6 millimeter, and 10 millimeter. Now, the performance isn't like, for instance, it's a 5 millimeter underlayment versus a 10 millimeter underlayment. We'll see some ratings. The performance isn't twice as much. You will get some enhanced performance. You will get some enhanced lower frequency performance with the thicker products, but it's not a incremental improvement in sound. And many times the thicknesses are determined by profiles and transitions. Now here's a diagram that shows an installation for ceramic tile. So you have your ceramic tile, your approved grout, which is a flexible or even a sanded grout. The thin set mortar, which is a premium modified thin set mortar. Laticrete, Custom Building Products, Mapei, all make premium modified thin set mortars. Sonus rubber underlayment, and then the adhesive, which would be True Bond. And then the concrete subfloor, or that may be a lightweight concrete subfloor. As you can see in this system, it's important that every element of the system, because that underlayment is encapsulated, is approved for use by each of those manufacturers. Perhaps a different adhesive is specified and it's reviewed and approved. The underlayment, then the underlayment, which is Sonus, that needs to be approved for use with the thin set, a premium modified thin set that the manufacturer will approve and that we will approve. And then the tile that is installed over. So you have a system that may have 2 to 3 different manufacturers involved. It's very important that we're all in agreement. And that's one of the items that we focus on, is going out to the manufacturers for adhesives, for thin sets, testing, and getting that agreement. We all honor our warranties based on the performance of our products. However, it makes it more seamless when we have a unified warranty with these products. Same thing that we do with luxury vinyl manufacturers and engineered and solid wood, hardwood manufacturers, and what types of materials can be used. Again, we don't warranty each other's materials, but it's very important that we all understand that it's being installed, how it's installed. And so we go to the efforts to work with the different manufacturers we know. Because if a floor or a tile is damaged, it can be replaced. It's work, and it takes technique. However, if our underlayment does not perform or it fails when it's encapsulated, that entire system needs to be removed. And then your cost is just more than quadrupled. So it's very important for us to maintain that. Now with Sonus HS and hardwood, again, if that was a glue down floor, then you would see a diagram with the glue. It would be a polyurethane adhesive, wood bond, or an approved adhesive. This is an example of a floating floor. When floating a floor over our underlayment, it is not necessary to glue down the underlayment. So it's a dual float or a dual glue down. There may be instances where it's specified that the underlayment needs to be glued down, and that's okay. Anytime you have questions, you can always check with us. You can check with Vibrasonic. Now with Sonus LV, the reason we've developed a specific floor for luxury vinyl, sheet vinyl carpet tiles and carpet is because of two items. When using a recycled, 100% recycled rubber underlayment, such as our Sonus HS, and then installing a raw back luxury vinyl glue down product to that, it can cause a chemical reaction, an event called plasticizer migration. That rubber, when exposed to heat or sunlight through the flooring, and it happens maybe anywhere from 8 to 15 months after installation, it can, not that it happens 100% of the time, but it's common that it can discolor and affect the performance of the floor. Oftentimes I've seen pictures of the floor bubbling. With LV200, it's a small amount of rubber that does not affect, it's been tested. Foam, recycled foam, and cork with the stiffness that will not promote any indentations into the luxury vinyl. Luxury vinyl may indent over time, or depending on the specifications of the floor. However, the underlayment will not premature or add to that. It will not affect the performance of the floor. This can be this is made to be a dual glue down. However, it can be floated if a floor will float over this. There are the two main sizes are LV200, which is a 2 millimeter thickness, LV300, which is a 3 millimeter thickness. And then we're now developing an LV500, which we tested. The stiffness, the performance is equal to that of the 200 and 300. And acoustically, it is slightly better. It is not listed here because we're not offering it as of yet as a main product line, but we can make it, and we do have data sheets on that. So Vibrasonic can get those for you if you have any questions or you need that based on your profiles. And it has been fully tested. So here's an example of a vinyl floor glued down to the LV product. Now, when would you use an LV200 versus an LV300? If you're installing a 1.5 millimeter, which is often very common, 1.5 to 2 millimeter luxury vinyl flooring, then 2 millimeter would be the appropriate product. In some cases, we have tested and we've evaluated and approved our 3 millimeter LV300. Anything that's 2.5 millimeter and above would use the 3 millimeter to install. And again, we've even underlined, due to the potential risk of plasticizer migration, we don't recommend that 100% rubber underlayments are used. Our specialty LV products are recommended. Now again, here's an example of LV under carpet tile. So it's a dual glue that could be two different types of adhesive. We would recommend one, but there may be where we want to use the True Bond because it's recommended in warranty under the underlayment. And then the carpet manufacturer this is the adhesive the carpet manufacturer is requesting. We can look at it. We can sign off and say it is okay to use with our rubber. Sonus Wave. This is a dimpled product, and it's installed in a floating fashion that does not glue down, and it can be installed over a plywood raft. It can be installed over lightweight concrete and gypsum topping, in addition to standard weight or heavyweight concrete. Oftentimes polished concrete floors are poured over this product. This product also is strong enough that if even higher 4 to 6 inch standard or heavyweight concrete is poured over in certain warehouse applications and convention center applications, you can actually drive a forklift over this. You won't have the deflection, and the concrete will not crack. The thicknesses vary because of the dimples. So the 6 millimeter to 25 millimeter thickness are the high points of that product. So the overall profile would be anywhere from 6 millimeter to 25 millimeter. And you can see how this is applied. And now tile, engineered hardwood, and a raw back luxury vinyl plank can be installed directly over without any worries of deflection or any type of plasticizer migration or any type of grout lines cracking or tiles popping because of that. And again, we spoke about these adhesives. Our True Bond is a universal all-purpose adhesive. It is actually an indoor-outdoor rated adhesive. It is specifically manufactured to glue sonus to subfloors only. Regupol Wood Bond is a one-part polyurethane adhesive that can be used to glue sonus to the subfloor. In addition to engineered hardwood, most flooring associations will recommend when gluing an underlayment that the same adhesive is used because with expansion and contraction and reaction to the environments, these adhesives will react in unison. And again, you can see, don't use that for bamboo. There are other products that we can approve for bamboo, installing bamboo flooring. The reason for that is bamboo often has a sealed back, so it's often more difficult for that adhesion to grab. And then luxury vinyl tile and plank is our true set. It's a hard set adhesive. So once it sets, that floor will remain in place and it won't add to any deflection. Now here's some things just to think about when looking at underlayment, when determining which underlayments are going to be used, or when some of the specified underlayments come to you from projects. There are different theories that I have a concrete slab, so I'm good with my acoustics. Mass does help. It will help with an STC rating. It may help slightly with IIC impact because mass, again, slows down vibrations. It helps absorb vibrations, but it most likely isn't enough. So an acoustic underlayment under the floor will increase it, and it can increase it anywhere from 10 to 12%. Now, a 2 millimeter foam pad that claims very high ratings, that very well may be the case. It may be stated on a data sheet, cut sheet, marketing brochure. The only thing that we would recommend in looking at any type of products is always ask for the performance results. And we're going to go through our website. We're going to have time to go through the website where you can, without a login, without any special permissions, download our test results, our profiles on how the products were tested, because transparency is key in this industry segment. With underlayments and acoustics, it is strictly a performance-based product, and we want to make sure that that's what we're highlighting. Again, always ask for the official lab report detailing it. There should not be any hesitation. The only hesitation may be is I don't have a test that shows the exact assembly you're working with. I can show you similar assemblies. If necessary, let me see if I can get an approval to either perform a field test for this project, or maybe we can schedule something in the lab. Every instance is different, but again, those are the types of answers or reactions that we would expect. And then, can I install recycled rubber underlayment under vinyl flooring? Now again, SPC and WPC flooring, that rigid core that usually has a cork or a foam backing that does have some acoustic benefits, is the exception because it's a floated floor and it's sealed on the back. But a raw back luxury vinyl tile or glue down product that will, or even float, is not recommended. So you would not use a 100% recycled rubber underlayment. One of our LV, which is I would consider our specialty, or combination underlayments would be recommended. in performance. Now, this is the background is again a copy of our website. You can download all of our official test results, our acoustic ratings, our assembly descriptions. And again, going with, there's a developer that we work with in Vancouver, Ani Development, and we've worked on multiple projects and we're about ready to start a few more with them. Is during this time on new projects and with newer project engineers, we couldn't go out and meet with them. So we scheduled a meeting very similar to this. We walked them through our website and then turn that over to them to share their screen and then walk them through how they could access all the information, submit it. And emailed it to them. It made it very easy for them and more streamlined for them to help develop the specifications and the types of our products that they would use. The majority of what they're using is installing our Sonus hard surface under tile flooring. So you can pick your items. You can even pick the report or the profile. And I'm going to go back 2 slides because if I go up here, I can access our website now. And I just want to confirm, can everybody see the website?
You're still sharing your PowerPoint.
Okay, so do I need to have a new share?
Or if you pause share, then you can bring up the screen that you wish to show.
Oh, thank you. So my pause share and then did that work?
If we're still looking at your PowerPoint, so if you click on resume share and see if we are looking. Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your help. So we can look at different types of products. So if I am only looking and I only want to take a look at Sonus, Regupol Sonus, which is our HS, and I want to look at hardwood engineered floor, the structure, I'm going to keep all structures and I'm going to keep all for suspended ceilings. But we can access that if your project does not have a suspended ceiling, then you want to eliminate everything that has a suspended ceiling. And another note is an 8-inch concrete slab will perform slightly better than a 6-inch concrete slab. So if again, this is a hint in general, if my products are tested under a 6-inch, which we would consider a worst case scenario, and that would mean that it would perform less than normally under an 8-inch, and we can meet or exceed the expectations with a 6-inch test, we can comfortably submit that. There are some projects that would request that it needs to be on the exact same system, and that's perfectly acceptable. But again, that's an example of I need to have a profile of this, which is the profile that I can download in a PDF. I can email it to my client. My client can download it and show it to as part of included into the specification. Here are the ratings down below. And you can see this is a STC 50, IIC 55, and a Delta 25. So this is a very high performing system using 3mm Regupol Sonus. You have the test report right here, because test reports can be anywhere from 12 to 14 pages. This particular test report is 14 pages. So sometimes we don't want to clutter up our data or our file folder, our files with this until we absolutely need it, but you know how to reference that, and requesting this and even sending it to our customer. Is this the profile that you're looking for? And we can go back and we can compare. Now, as you can see, there's an 8-inch and a 12-inch. with the same floor. I'm sorry, 8" and 5 millimeter on the same floor. And we're getting the same, very similar delta IIC and IIC ratings. We did not test for whatever reason an STC on this, but then coming down for 6 millimeter, you can see that the STC, the IIC is slightly better on 6 and the delta is the same. So it's one point improvement, which many acoustic engineers will see in the same range. Now you can see with, again, if we go to 5 millimeter Sonus, same hardwood flooring, we show a 71 with this. So we can see this profile at a 71. Our customer may say, can you send me the supporting documentation in the form of a lab or field test report? And then we have concrete slabs that we can get. So these are all of our tests you can see with the Sonus HS. I was speaking with Danielle and she mentioned that there was, which is a great product, our Sonus sound panel. So we go to all items and then we manufacture a floating sound panel, as you can see, can be used in dance studios, fitness studios, in industrial situations such as, again, distribution centers, warehouses, convention centers, and you can see the type of performance that we can achieve. Essentially, what we're doing is if there's no instance to raise or to drop a ceiling, we can raise the subfloor. Again, the profile needs to be able to accept that. This can be, the profile can range anywhere from 2 5/8 inches up to 5 inches. And you can download all of our information. So if you needed some more information on Sonus Wave, it just gives just a sampling of what our test results are, and you can see that we've extensively tested. This is what we would recommend with the CLT product. Timber frame and CLT is becoming more of a standard in specifications. The challenge is reducing vibration. And we have products that can help achieve that. And the different applications. All of our download, and we have, this is a small chart, and we can update that for you if necessary. But it shows you what products would be recommended for which floor. So you can always come in here and see that HS is a laminate hardwood stone tile product. And when we talk about LVT, we don't include the WPC or SPC because that should be its own category. But then you see LVT vinyl, carpet and tile, and then with Sonus Wave, lightweight concrete, plywood, and engineered hardwood can go over that. And once concrete is over, any floor can go over. And then we have our high performance floating floors for what types of materials. And here's some case studies that we've worked on. This was a building foundation subway on Yon Street. It also used our Sonus throughout. This building, a vibration, part of it is being floated on 2-inch rubber it's called our vibration products. Very similar in look to our underlayment, and it meets all seismic codes. In fact, it has a 50-year expectancy plus. So that's when they were against up on the retaining walls and part of the bottom area. And then this, go back to our main page for acoustics. I'm going back to the presentation. So I pause share. And then does everyone see the screenshot of the presentation with the website?
Now you are still on the website. You need to resume share once you have gone back to your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I can begin to accept questions if that's okay.
Very good. Okay, so I will open up the floor to questions. Just one moment. I'll open up the floor to questions in the Q&A, in the chat, and I'll see the attendee list and see if people have a question on raising their hand and they wish to speak their questions. So just one moment.
Again, I want to thank everyone for your time you took today to dedicate to our program, and I hope it was useful for you.
Well, thank you very much, Stephen. I'm just going to do one more quick check and see. While we're waiting for people to enter their questions, I am curious about how you see this applying in places like a strata or where people are living on top of each other, that kind of thing.
That's a great question. We do work with the strata in getting approvals for our products because it makes the homeowners and much easier to have a transition to possibly carpet or soft surface to hard surface, or they're now expanding in a tile in through maybe a hallway and they're transitioning into carpet. So how do we maintain our same sound reduction capabilities from a hard surface that we would with carpet? Carpet does maintain the highest impact in vibration and STC, sound transmittal, because of the inherent absorptive qualities. Our rubber can help isolate that. Our rubber underlayments to help maintain that consistency and meet the requirements. Each strata has their different requirements, depending on the subfloor system that was the floor ceiling system that was designed. And oftentimes they engage with acoustic engineers to help set standards. And usually an option of one or two types of products that are approved, and it makes it much easier when remodeling or improving your flooring in your home, that you know exactly which type of products you can use, and then any types of questions. Oftentimes we'll work directly with the strata in testing, and then may have more than one product because there's more than one floor system that may be used, because you have, again, transitions from carpet to tile to wood to vinyl.
Very good. Okay, so let's see if there are any other questions. We have a thank you from Melissa. Any other questions? I don't see any other questions. Well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And again, if you have any questions, please contact Vibrasonic, or you can reach out to me, and we can work together with Vibrasonic on any projects or any questions or specifications you have.
Very good.
Thank you again, everyone. Have